You've done this before. Called someone out for hurting you, and somehow, 5 minutes later, you're the one apologizing. That's not you being weak. It's a specific, 3-step manipulation tactic with an actual name, used so often that psychologists gave it an acronym. Once you know it, you will never fall for it the same way twice. This is DARVO, and by the end, you'll know exactly how it works, why it fools smart people, and the one line that breaks it instantly. Stick around, because the last part is bigger than any single conversation. In 1997, psychologist Jennifer Freyd noticed the same pattern showing up again and again in people confronted about causing harm. She called it DARVO: deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. Step 1. Deny. That's not what happened. You're exaggerating. You always do this. Step 2. Attack. The confrontation itself becomes the problem. Your tone is wrong. You're too sensitive. You're doing this for attention. Step 3. Reverse. The person who caused the harm positions themselves as the real victim, and the person who was actually hurt ends up defending themselves instead. Picture it. Jordan brings up something Sam did that hurt them. Within a minute, Sam isn't addressing it anymore. Sam is listing everything wrong with how Jordan brought it up. By the end of the conversation, Jordan is the one apologizing, and the original issue was never actually discussed. Here's what surprised researchers. DARVO isn't only something manipulative people do on purpose. It works because it exploits something completely normal in how fair-minded people think. When someone reacts with visible hurt or anger to being confronted, most people's instinct is to pause and check. Did I cause this? That pause, that split second of self-doubt, is exactly where the reversal takes hold. It's not a flaw in the victim's thinking. It's a normal instinct aimed at the wrong target. And the smarter and more self-aware someone is, the more seriously they take that pause. Which means, ironically, thoughtful people are often easier to reverse than people who never stop to question themselves. And it scales far past one conversation. Freyd calls it institutional DARVO when the same 3 steps come from an organization instead of a person. Deny the problem, discredit whoever raised it, then claim to be the one under attack. Same 3 steps, just a bigger stage. So here's what actually breaks it. You don't win by defending yourself harder. Every defense just becomes a new thread for step 2 to attack. What works is naming the pattern out loud and refusing the new topic. I'm not going to discuss my tone. Let's go back to what happened. You're not trying to win the argument anymore. You're refusing to let the subject change. That's it. That's the whole move. One more thing, and it's the uncomfortable part. Everybody watching this just pictured themselves as Jordan. Almost nobody pictured themselves as Sam. But DARVO isn't a personality type. It's a reflex, and most people have done some version of it without meaning to. If you've ever gotten defensive the second someone brought up something you did, and found yourself listing their flaws instead of answering the actual point, that's step 2, showing up uninvited. Noticing it in yourself is a genuinely different skill than spotting it in someone else. Here's the bigger part. Once you can see these 3 steps, you start noticing them everywhere, not just in fights, in apologies that aren't apologies, in headlines, in group chats. You can't unsee a pattern once you know its name. Which is, frankly, either the most useful thing you'll learn this week or the most exhausting one. Depends how many group chats you're in. If you want the tactic that usually shows up right before this one, that's next.